So tariffs have gone into effect and everything seems like it's crashing. At least the market is for sure. And some industries, some jobs, some workers are feeling as if they got a boost. They were provided a helping hand to get closer to a future of fair and free trade, perhaps, in an industries that before didn't experience that and were getting squashed, getting crushed. But not everybody is going to be in the same boat. And perhaps maybe you or someone you know has inherently fell victim to the latest, like me. I'm about to fall victim to this sneeze. I'm trying not to. There it is. And today I even saw this one, which I wasn't aware of until it was shared with me. But I looked it up just to make sure, because sometimes the information we get, there's always three sides to every story. However, according to my research, Stellantis did in fact recently announce layoffs of 900 workers at 5 U.S. facilities effective as of Friday or Thursday, actually April 3rd.
With Trump announcing new tariffs this week, workers at carmaker Stellantis were worrying about their futures. The company announced Thursday it is temporarily laying off 900 workers at 5 U.S. plants and halting production at 1 each in Mexico and Canada. Denny Butler is vice president of the United Auto Workers Local 685, representing Stellantis workers in Indiana.
We've got a group of 470-some people out there that are starting to worry. They don't know if they need to go find another job or not. That's the frustrating part, because it's our job to be able to help and reach out and guide those people and give them an honest opinion on what they need to do, and we can't. That's the frustrating part.
Trump broadened tariffs to a 10% baseline on all U.S. imports, with higher rates for countries with the highest U.S. trade deficits. This followed last week's announcement of 25% duties on all auto imports, which shocked the global car industry. In a letter sent to employees on Thursday morning, Stellantis' Americas chief said the company is, quote, continuing to assess the medium and long-term effects of these tariffs, but had decided to take some immediate actions. On Thursday, Stellantis shares dropped 9.3% in New York. Shares of Ford, General Motors, and Tesla also fell sharply after the tariff announcements. Democratic Senator Chuck Schumer said on X that the layoffs are a horrifying consequence of Trump's tariffs, and American workers are paying the price. The White House declined immediate comment on the Stellantis job cuts. Trump and his administration have said that short-term pain would lead to long-term economic benefits for U.S. industries and workers, with higher wages and more jobs.
I agree with the intent and what they're trying to do with the tariffs and bring jobs back. I just think the immediate effect right here, look, they just made the announcement yesterday afternoon, is when Trump made the announcement, and Stellantis didn't waste no time announcing 900 people are going to be affected. And I think that's just the tip of the iceberg.
And granted, these are temporary. However, this action was taken in response to new U.S. tariffs on automotive imports announced by President Donald Trump, which prompted the company to pause production at assembly plants in Canada and Mexico. Now, this is completely the opposite from what we heard from Ford. Now, granted, Ford didn't make any headlines for laying people off, but Ford introduced employee pricing, which would entice sales, encourage sales, boost sales. Granted, 900 employees have been laid off for Stellantis. Perhaps maybe Stellantis was already planning on laying them off anyway, because Stellantis has been not so hot recently. But this just offered them an easy way out, blame it on someone else, or they ramp up production in the U.S. and then bring back 900 jobs, if not more, maybe. Who knows? However, we will keep up with it. We'll keep track, and I will share with you the latest. So make sure you guys stay locked in here. Subscribe if you haven't already. It says the affected U.S. facilities include the Warren stamping and Sterling stamping plants in Michigan, as well as the Indiana transmission plant, Kokomo transmission plant, and Kokomo casting plant in Indiana. These layoffs are directly linked to the reduced production at the Canadian and Mexican plants, which the U.S. facilities support, and the Windsor assembly plant in Ontario, Canada, will be idled for 2 weeks starting April 7. That'd be Monday. And the Toluca assembly plant in Mexico will be paused for the entire month of April, also starting April 7. And Stellantis described these measures as immediate responses while it assesses the broader impact of the tariffs. But again, the whole purpose, or one of the many reasons behind these tariffs, is to drive U.S. production. Okay. Stellantis chose to make this abrupt swing and change in layoffs when they didn't have to. They could have continued on and the tariffs would be imposed, and they can, figure out how they want to adjust and manage for the accounting when it happens. Instead, they chose, hey, you and 899 others are fired. Get out of here. You're gone. I'll show you a little clip, show you a little video of these people walking out. And this is one instance. There will be more. I'll share it with you in future videos for sure, live streams. And as far as the stock market goes, I just saw, I don't know if I still have a picture of it. Yeah, I got it. I just saw this picture of Chris Sane. And he posted how he spent $150,000 on this stock during the market crash, which I did the math. I was like, man, he just spent $150,000 and I only spent $1,600. I spent $1,000 on Thursday and $1,000 or $600 yesterday on Friday. And he just 100x'd what I did. But the reason why I did it, odds are why he did it, reason why I'm going to share with you in just a moment, is because what goes down must come up, sort of. But however, if you are freaking out about the market right now, or your job, and or both, stay with me. I got a lot to share. And there's no more important time than right now to avoid moves that could derail your long-term financial plans. Short-term panic can hurt big time. So stay with me here. We're going places. As I'm recording this today, the markets are tanking again. The S&P 500, Dow, and NASDAQ are down. And really, I can't even believe it. This is a huge opportunity, though. But here's the big question. Why is this happening? Really, if you think about it. Simple. Tariffs, supposedly. That's what the media is putting out there. We slapped tariffs on China and they didn't take it lightly. They retaliated with their own tariffs on U.S. goods, and the investment community hates that. Uncertainty is spooking Wall Street, and that's why we're seeing this drop, amongst other reasons. I'll share those privately over on Patreon. If you know, you know. Link down below in the description. You can join for free if you like. So what should you do next? Well, I read the comments, and I actually read one earlier. It says that they were watching me for years, and they commented on me personally and the channel and the growth and the changes, and just, I'm gonna shoot it to you guys straight, okay? And like I've always said, the money you need within 5 years doesn't belong in the stock market. It's a few things that I've said here recurringly on a regular basis. One of them was diversity, security, and cash flow, which I think actually Jamie reminded me of that the other day. And it's extremely important right now. Diversity, security, and cash flow. If you guys know what that means, please share in the comments. If you don't know, then let me know. Let me get a gauge for what level we're at here and what that means. It's just real simple, real easy. Diversity, security, and cash flow. And it just, if you need the money in 5 years, the stock market's not the best place to put it. And if that's you and you're panicking, I get it. It's okay. But if you've planned ahead, then you should be okay. All right. So if not, Now's the time to ride it out. Okay. If you got time, it's the time to ride it out. It's like, you won't make money or lose money until you sell. But to sell on a red day, that's not a good day to sell. Anyway, here's the advice that I would give myself telling myself, don't try to buy the bottom. Don't try to catch that falling knife. And this isn't the moment to catch a falling knife, folks. This market reminds me of 2022, down, down, down. At the same time, we were buying, 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 and with no quick rebound in sight. There will be plenty of time to get back in later, but don't be on a sudden turnaround or bet on a sudden turnaround because tariffs are still shaking things up. But that's why I spent the money I spent over 2 days. And come Monday, if we're down again, I'm buying again. I'm buying more. Okay. Because you like to buy stuff when it's on sale, when you're getting a deal, it's a discount. And this leads me to the next topic here. If you're dollar cost averaging, putting a little money in regularly, keep going, Kevin, especially in retirement accounts. Like if you have one, maybe your employer's plan. A lot of talk about 401ks here recently, and it's just smart. But don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't go all in. Speaking of caution, check out the VIX, the fear index. It's at 45, a level we haven't seen since August of 2024 last year. And when it spikes like this, it's a signal. Usually, don't sell in a panic. That's what they really want. You got to think about some of the other market influences out there that drive some of these changes, swings. Pelosi didn't get rich by accident, folks. The market might pop briefly, but it's likely to keep sliding until something stabilizes these tariff talks, amongst other talks and conversations and headlines and news, which if you go back on my video from like a week and a half ago talking about Tesla and expectations, and then it went up, but now it's back down. Yeah. Stick with me here, folks. Now let's shift gears a little bit. There is good news too. Bonds are dropping. The 10-year treasury is under 4%, and that is huge. And, if you took sound advice years ago and grabbed 20 or 30-year bonds at 4.3% or higher, you're probably breaking even or better now. Plus, lower bond yields mean mortgage rates could dip soon. Are you thinking of refinancing? Start looking into it. We got that. Plus, I want to share with you something I came across with Warren Buffett. I mean, we can't talk about money and investing and being greedy when others are fearful without the Mr. Omaha himself. A lot of comments and questions coming in about crypto and Bitcoin. Man, it's not a safe haven. I mean, it's dropping with stocks too. Gold, though, that's a different subject. Remember, there's still talks of revaluation of gold. And now it's near 3,000 plus, almost 3,200, I think. It might be the real hedge. It might be the real hedge here. If you want safety, you can look into CDs, 12 month, 17 month CDs, 4.25%, 4.3%, depending on how much you got to deposit. And that's beating the 12-month treasury yield at 3.8%. But you got to act fast because those rates won't stick around. Stocks, though, diversity, security, cash flow. If you are diversified with 5 years or more, relax. Don't sell. I mean, I'm just shooting the shit here. This isn't financial advice. It's just some rando talking on YouTube in his kitchen at 1 a.m. My dividend picks like AT&T and Verizon are down just 0.5% this year, and those yields keep coming. Dividend stocks are a smart move now, and the key, really, diversity. Don't pile into tech or AI. even though you might be tempted to. Again, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Stay calm, tighten your belt, skip that Europe trip if you have a vacation plan. The dollar's surge makes it pricey, and be conservative, not reckless. No knee-jerk reactions. Nobody knows how tariffs will shake out, but you've got to hold steady, right? You don't want to lose it all and then wake up the next day and realize everything's going back up and you missed out. FOMO, right? But here's Warren Buffett. I want you guys to take a look at this one. And this one actually is pretty alarming, considering just then President Trump posted this video on Truth Social. Trump is purposely crashing the stock market, supposedly, according to Unusual Whales. However, we see that there is a community note with added context from readers that says this claim that Buffett said anything is completely false, and he issued a press release to clarify it.
Trump is crashing the stock market by 20% this month, but he's doing it on purpose. And this is why Warren Buffett just said Trump is making the best economic moves he's seen in over 50 years. Now, here's the secret game he's playing, and it could make you rich. So why is he doing this? To push cash into treasuries, which forces the Fed to slash interest rates in May, and those lower rates give the Fed the ability to refinance trillions of debt very inexpensively. It also weakens the dollar and drops mortgage rates. Now, it's a wild chess move, but it's working. Now, you're probably wondering, what about his tariffs? Well, I'll tell you, it's a genius play. It actually forces companies to build here to dodge them. It also forces farmers to sell more of their products here in the US to bring grocery prices way down. We've already seen this with eggs. Now, remember, 94% of all stocks are owned only by 8% of Americans. So Trump, he's taking from the rich short term and handing it to the middle class through lower prices.
We can go to the Business Wire here and see that Berkshire Hathaway Incorporated releases news release. And this was Friday. These are reports currently circulating on social media, including Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok, regarding comments allegedly made by Warren E. Buffett. All such reports are false. Yeah. Remember, folks, believe half of what you see, none of what you hear. You got any questions? Let me know in the comment section. Best way to contact me will be direct message on Patreon, link down below in the description. Sign up, become a member for free. And if you want to send up a DM, a direct message, pick any tier you like. Your support is greatly appreciated, and let's have a chat.